We're going to be covering another standard algorithm. So before we looked at running totals, today it's input validation. Input validation is effectively a way for the user to type in something, and if it's not what the program wants, it will ask them to type it in again. So a good way to think about this, if before we're like doing like programming with Python, if you go to any website and you try to fill in a form and you make your password too short, it will say please write it over 12 letters or whatever, or it will say please include a number. That's actually a form of input validation. So there's different ways you can do it. This one is going to be it's going to take in scores, and the whole point is that it validates whether the score is between 1 or 50. So you've got a test, it's out of 50 marks. How do you make sure it stays between 50 marks? How do you make sure your user doesn't just type in 100? That's where input validation comes in. And I don't think I mentioned this, but input validation will always use a while loop in some way. So I will highlight the boxes as usual. This is one big condition, so the OR bit is like it's one condition. And what else? We'll highlight this, and I think that's it. So we'll put the arrows in, and then I'll do a little infinity sign, and then we'll put our columns in. So score, I'll just do S is less than 0 or S is greater than 50. So we get the score from the keyboard. The first score we get is 65, right? And what's going to happen here, it's going to say while the score is less than 0 or greater than 50. Now it's an OR, so what this means is only one of these conditions needs to be true for the whole thing to be true. So I think there's previous examples, maybe with the ands here, the ands in this one, whereas both of them need to be true for an overall true. The way an OR works is it's one or the other, and it's happy, it will consider the whole thing true. So we've got 65. While score is less than 0. Now, is 65 less than 0? Obviously it's not, so that's false. But there's an OR, and it says if the score is greater than 50, well, 65 is greater than 50, so this bit is true. So because this side is true, the whole condition is true, and we put a T there. And then we'd follow the T path. I forgot to add this in, so you'd follow this bit, and just while I remember, this is your false path. So you follow the T path, and it says score not between 1 and 50. So you write that out. Score not between 1 and 50. And then to escape the loop in input validation, you need to give the user a way to escape. So you ask them another question, ask them the same question. So receive a new score, we've got 52. And we go around here, so, and it says, while the score is less than 0, so is 52 less than 0? No, it's not. So that is, what am I doing? I'm not filling that in yet. So it's not, so this one is false. But is 52 greater than 50? Yeah, it is, so it's true. One of these is true, it's an OR, only one of them needs to be true for the whole thing to be true, which means we put true here again. And then we write this. I'm just going to do ×2 because I'm lazy and I don't think I physically have the space. And so we write this, and then we get a new score. Well, this time we get 6, and then we go around, and while score is less than 0 or score is greater than 50, well, is the score less than 6? No, it's not. Is it greater than 50? No, it's not. So both sides are false, which is good. That's actually what you want. eventually. You want your user to get it right sometimes. So the user's finally typed in something between 1 and 50. So both sides are false. And now you will follow the false path and you'll get the pupil's test score is and then it will be whatever, well, the colon, and then whatever the current last score was. The pupil's test score is 6. And that's it. That's input validation. In the next video, I'm going to show how to do it with words or specific words. So this is a range of numbers. The next video, I'm going to show how to do it with specific words. Right, thank you.